All right, we are back going into round 4.
Yep.
This matchup is going to be a Bonnie versus a Kata Curry.
Yeah, Kata Curry just gives me PTSD. I never go into a Kata gaming like this is gonna be fun.
Yeah, but they did just announce that going into this should be only 2 more rounds, so it's looking
Yep.
like 6 rounds today because of the amount of X1s before going into Top Cut. So
hmm
very interesting. Pretty much they're going to have to win out from here on out if they want to make Top Cut.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I believe I think one X1 gets bubbled out, potentially. Not sure
Um.
how the split is.
Yeah, I'm not exactly sure. So yeah, Bonnie against Kata. I mean, Kata is just gonna do the same old thing. I know there. I don't think there's been like a definitive like Kata deck list. I think people just kind of put in like some of the new stuff as they see fit. Some people play that 6-drop Big Mom. Some people don't because it's kind of like it's good for certain matchups and then just the worst brick ever for others.
I think, yeah, I think the Six Mom's actually a very good card. A lot of people don't like it, but I think it's good. I
No,
think it's worth it.
I think it's good. Now Bonnie here, basically the name of the game against Kata. Just take all your life. Just take all your life. Try and get a hand or search out anything to be defensive. Oh, can you guys headphones?
Yeah.
Thanks.
You had to tell them to put the headphones on. Don't want to risk them hearing hearing the extra pre-game ideas.
But yeah, Bonnie is just gonna need to pretty much just take all his life, get defensive. Hopefully, he can get a kid out there while keeping. If you're taking all your life, you should have a big fat hand because 10 drops, they're just gonna come down.
Yeah, and so we have Jay here on the right side is going to be playing Bonnie, and David on the right playing Katakuri. And Bonnie is going first. No searcher, which is kind of unfortunate.
Yep.
You do see he's using reject as Don. Oh man, one can only wish. Imagine that
Yeah.
thing gets
His Don
unbanned.
cards are banned, man.
I know. Should not be using them. You do see the not the Rosinante in hand for the Bonnie, but decides to just put pressure on. Very scary swinging in the Katakuri because he could potentially be running the very trigger-heavy deck and just start triggering out bodies.
Yeah, as of right now, it's fine because again, like Bonnie has the lead ability, so one swing is only going to come. Any counters early? That's very interesting to see.
I do know a lot of katas are running like the Egghead Nami, so you want to get to the point you can start drawing and finding out other pieces. But yeah, it's very interesting the countering out early.
I,
Don't play kata, so can't really attest to it.
yeah, because I would definitely want to stay like. Obviously, you want to stay like a bit healthy so you can just drop 10 moms without too many problems.
Ooh,
But it's interesting.
swinging. So this is the Onami that gives banish that was used in Yamato a lot. So he just gave banish to his own leader and looked at the top of his life and left it
Yeah.
and
And
swinging banish.
as Bonnie, you're just going to accept it.
Oh, it looks like Jay's considering on countering out though. Yep.
Yeah, because it would only be 2 cards. You would be giving 2 cards at the minimum for to keep 1 life. It's not worth the trade off.
So ended up giving baby 5 banish, which is just a 2K for Bonnie, I believe, right?
Yes, that's just a 2K. It's not really doing too much. But yeah, probably just gonna swing into the Onami, just get her off the board. Because if he is playing 8 cat, you don't really want that going into life.
And not only that, but Katakuri if has nothing else to play, will just
It's,
attach the Don and swing with
and
the
he's swinging
Onami.
7 life.
I don't think Jay has much else to play in hand, other
Yeah,
than the Rosinante.
I think it's pretty much all utility. Let's see. I can't tell everything.
Yep, so the Rosinante, I don't think the Onami is much. Well, yes, once you get to your 8 Don turn, you don't want it getting put into life.
Yeah,
But not much of a problem right now with the Bonnie effect. You do see Paris Sparrow in a Gadatsu in hand. Could do Gadatsu to remove the Rosinante here.
Yeah, I think, yeah,
Yep.
it's probably just better to get rid of it right now.
And then swing 7, checking his own life. Let's see what he can see. Oh, can't see it. But it looks like he's debating on keeping it at the top or the bottom.
And he moves it to the bottom.
And that's scary because half the time when a Katakuri moves it to the bottom, it's either going to be a zero cost or a blocker or just something to completely throw you off when you're trying to go for endgame. A Veggie.
Yeah. Or sometimes I've even seen people just move like a Parasparrow or a trigger body at the bottom, so then it catches the person off guard.
Then wouldn't you want to leave the body at the top then? So you could at least, if he swings at life, trigger out the body to put more pressure on.
You normally do. Like Bonnie wouldn't be like the best example of a matchup where you would do that, but sometimes like against like an Enel or something, they'll
Hmm.
do that.
And looks like he might attach all 5 Don. Or does he have a carrot or a Cavendish?
Again, I can't tell. I think there is a couple top end in there.
If he is able to establish a carrot, he can stun the Gadatsu, take some of the pressure off, or
Yeah,
Cavendish restand on and potentially swing big at the Gadatsu. I mean, Katakuri only has 3 cards in hand, so he could potentially remove the body. Oh no, more than 3. It looks like
yeah,
5.
it's yes. Looks like he's removing it out. Oh,
Oh, he's going to
fine light.
life. No triggers, which is very good for Jay, but I think swinging at board would have been the better because now he can potentially just swing wide. Unless he's just trying to get to top end and then just rely off that.
Yeah, again, like it's hard to tell. I don't know if he like. I know there's Shanks. I can't tell if he has like 10-drop Dofis.
I believe that might be the
Or if they're-
PRB kid.
yeah, that's what I was thinking, that they might be the PRB kid. But even with Bonnie being defensive, like you don't want that many, characters on board.
Correct, and that's why it's a little confusing.
Because usually Bonnie kind of wins by just draining Katakuri's hand and not letting him, go for game.
Which David is pitching a lot of cards, but at this point he's pretty established to go maybe another body to go wider here.
Yeah, as Kata, I would definitely just keep going wide. So it seems like it's not like, unless he's saving a Nami or something for later, so he can at least still get the draw off and pop something more meaningful. But, looking at how the Bonnie's playing, he's not playing down his 5 cost, so that's already a tell.
Yeah, that the Bonnie's kind of doesn't have any of its pieces that it needs, and not even seeing the jewelry Bonnie's, Supernova Searcher or
Yep.
Baby 5 Searcher puts this Bonnie in an even worse spot. So he chose to do the leader ability, resting the Gadatsu, and then blocking to kind of stay a little healthy. But you recommend he should have took the life, correct?
Yeah, I think he should have just took the life. Two Okiko,
Oh,
okay. Or
going
Okiku
wide.
and Pero. Yeah, this is a spot where Bonnie doesn't want to be in anymore. And he
Even
goes,
with, I believe he's at 8 done.
and with the board, this, 1, 2, 3,
No, he's
that's
at
it.
9.
He's at 9, yeah.
So he could
So,
he could do a 8-drop kid.
yeah, he could just establish kid. I, I don't know if I would. I would maybe still turn it and play like a blocker off of it if he has that in hand. And even though you're not attaching the Dawn, he's probably still going to target it. If he doesn't, he goes for life. That's also fine. As the
It's
Bonnie
definitely something
player.
he should do, especially since if he wants to swing at the kid, he's gonna have to establish Don on each of the characters,
Yep.
and potentially next turn all he does is a 10 mom.
Yeah.
So then this is where he should have took the life last turn and left the kid killer on board to at least have something to protect this 8-drop
Yeah,
kid.
they have something to protect, or Kata has to get rid of it. Yeah, I would definitely take life. Because once 10 Mom comes down, you're losing a life anyway. It's not going to hand. And
Hmm.
if and it looks like he has Kid, I would want all the counter and blockers possible.
Oh, obstacle Hody Jones
Yeah,
instead.
that's also fine because then he's taking another life and he's gonna, it looks like, just go for board. Also, some people get scared too, but like 70% of the time, I'm always okay with just attacking the Kiku and letting him heal.
Yeah, I mean, at this point, to take pressure off,
Well, because he's
yeah.
too wide right now.
I, well, at that point, why not just go for Gadatsu and then get a body off? Or ask for counter. Gadatsu would be the better target so he doesn't search off the Parasparrow.
Yeah, I would rather avoid Parasparrow than Kiku.
Hmm.
But yeah, just 1K counter.
Nope. And he does save it.
Yep.
Now decides to clear it. I think last turn, being able to clear it would have been better instead of swinging at life. Because then now you could have went for either Pero or Kiko to take the pressure off.
Yeah, because on an 8th on turn for Kata, that's usually when you see two characters come down.
Hmm. And then now, if he has a 10 mom, more than likely that is going to be the play here for David.
Yeah, and uh, David is very healthy right now. Even though he could do some damage, like attaching wide, you really don't need to, because once Big Mom is on board, you're kind of in a bad situation.
And at this point, I would take this life from the Kikonojo swing.
Yeah, I would have took it.
I think he's trying to stay as healthy as possible, giving him the counter now, so that if he does drop the 10 mom, he'll at least have one life left.
Oop.
And there goes the 10 mom. Could have potentially just took both life and then got only a heal for himself. Because in here, he can establish the kid, try to survive. But then I
Yeah,
believe Big Mom, you just stack it on there and just swing wide with everything else.
yeah, because with a board this wide, I mean, and especially with how healthy David is, I mean, you could just start slapping tons of Dawn on characters. You'll get rid of that kid. It's going to force a lot of counter out of hand.
Hmm. Four in hand, he could remove board, but at this point you're kind of in a rough spot. If the Big Mom was rested, you could have shanked it, got rid of the
You
pressure.
kind of have to get rid of board at this point. It does stink that one of them is a Parasparrow, so it's just
Yeah.
another search for Big Mom.
And not only that, a heal off Kiko.
Yeah, but you have to try and turtle up.
Hmm. So goes 7 at the Parasparrow
So
here.
there's 8 Dawn left, so doesn't look like Kid is coming down.
Yep. So Parasparrow is knocked and gets to search the top 30 for a Big Mom Pirates card. More than likely, if a Big Mom is there, grabbing a Big Mom or a Katakuri.
Yep.
Ooh,
Oh,
whiffs.
whiff.
That's honestly the best case scenario right there.
Yeah, Kata has evolved so much. Like it's not crazy for your puddings and your paros to whiff.
Yeah, it's not running that full engine like it used to. Obviously, the Okikus, and then the Onamis, none of them being Big Mom Pirates, you risk them all going to the bottom now. 10 at Kiko.
Yeah, if that was his plan in the beginning, I definitely would have attacked Kiku first, just because if maybe his only option off the Pero was counter. Again, we know he whiffed now,
Hmm.
but it would have made it harder to counter out.
True. Or the Kiko heals one, and he would have found something off of Pero as well.
Yeah. So after using 4 Dawn already, it looks It looks like maybe he's going to slap down a couple chump blockers.
And that's going to be best case scenario here, leaving one Don up.
Yeah.
Being able to at least rest the leader, because he will swing a big mom, I'm assuming.
He might also, again, I don't know how much his hand has changed. That's actually
Oh,
good. That's perfect.
so no 10 mom next turn.
Yep. But more likely than not, his Hodie's going to get removed.
Yeah.
Oh, he's
13
attacking.
to life.
That's,
I don't think he really cared to go for board because sitting at 5
yeah, I
life.
mean, he's so healthy. I don't think he cares. He just wants to end this game.
And in worst case here, David has Katakuri, puts the Onami into life, and still heals this turn, establishing a big body.
Yeah, that's worst case. Oh, it's good. Don't. Oh, looks like he got his 10-drop Dofi off of last life.
Just a turn.
Which I was
Too
wondering if
late.
that was kind of the game plan, hoping that he could just do like Dofi stuns, but
Looks like slapping it all on the Onami. So swings 11 to try to go for game right here.
ooh. And I think that might be the last of his counter. I think
Yep.
that's just all bricks at this point.
Barely gets out of it. You do see the shanks there and another kid.
Yeah, there's no way out of this. You can't control the board anymore.
And
Uh,
not only that, sitting at 5 life as well.
yeah.
That Onami put in work right there.
I
11K
know.
swing.
Should have swung at it.
Yeah, goes back to that. You never know when that card will come
Yeah,
back.
because as Bonnie, like even if it's just a little chump body like that, keeping Kata at only like 1 to 2 characters is how you're gonna win. I don't care if it's a Big Mom or an Onami.
And he's making dents into the life. Paris Sparrow trigger. You do see I believe those are just Nico Robbins from OP9,
Yeah.
which is a very great card. Trashing your opponent's life if you have 3 or more, or if they have 3 or more life.
Yep.
Not sure what the game plan is here for the Bonnie. Could swing the Hody into the Onami again. Could swing at leader, potentially getting another trigger off a life. There's
Yeah.
no chump blocks in hand, which we do know. At best, he does have. Oh, he does have 10 drop, but 10 drop doesn't help him at this very
Yeah, because he
moment,
already gave a trigger or a body triggered out.
and that's where it's very risky.
Yep. Yeah, I don't think it's possible with hand size, even if you kid and did a chump blocker. I mean,
If there was no Paris Sparrow trigger, we would have been sitting very good here. And you do see there that is what was in favor for David there, triggering out that Paris Sparrow. Any way you look at it, and Jay does end up scooping.
Yep.
He was in a spot where there was no coming out of it.
yeah, there wasn't any way that you were going to come back from that.
No, being able to trigger out that extra body from life is what set him up. Could have 10 drop dough feed, stun 3, and then pass, leaving him with at least 2 to 3 life. Potential other big mom, but either way, it was kind of offset wrong. Not seeing any bodies until like turn, I believe 4 or 5 for Bonnie.
Yeah.
Put it in a rough spot. Other than chump blockers, nothing else at the floor or field. No carrot, no Cavendish.
Yeah, there was no mid-game plays, but I mean, it's not like you have to have them. You could still kind of get away just again trying to stall that hand, keep the board as clean as possible so they
Hmm.
can only get like one attack in, maybe two. And then putting those blockers out when he did, or at least using them, I don't think was the best.
Hmm.
Just because you would need that for a kid play if you needed to. And then also again, just taking life, because you need that counter for when your kid is down.